Now imagine that on your business card, listing specialist. Okay. I decided right out the gate that I was gonna go after listings. And by the way, I got to tell you, I'm hearing a whole lot of a lot of crap out there where people are talking about, or I hear other coaches and they're saying, "Oh, well, you're new in the business. You need to join a team. You need to do this. You need to do that." Guess what? That might be true, and then again, it might not. See, I never joined a team. I went straight after listings, and now I'm hearing people say, "Oh, don't do listings right away. Start with open houses. Then you start working with buyers. Then you eventually you get to a listing." No, I started out the gate with listings. In fact, my first week in the business, I took listings. I took during my first 74 days in real estate, I took 21 listings.
Welcome to the Success with Listings podcast, where we help you get success in the real estate game the easy way. Now you can get off the roller coaster of feast and famine and out of the rat race of competing with every other agent in town. Hi, I'm Knolly Williams. I took over 1,000 listings during my first 10 years in the real estate game, and in this podcast, I show you how to have success with listings. Let's go.
All right. What's up, y'all? Okay, we are finally getting this gravy train going. I'm about 4 minutes behind schedule, but we're learning Zoom. Hey, we're going to have a great class. We're going to have a great time together. I want to send a super duper shout out to Kathy Austin. Guys, this is the special Ben presentation that I promised to do. I promised Kathy that I would do this months ago. And here we are, baby. We're doing it. So thank you so much, Kathy Austin, for putting this together and for being such a wonderful, just a wonderful person in general.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Thank you, Knolly.
We thank you for all you do. And you volunteer your time. Just like, I mean, we all do. We're givers, right? We love to give back. So thank you for everything you do. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
You bet. Okay, so what we're going to do today, guys, is oh, by the way, before we get started, let me just let you know that there's a way to mute yourself and unmute yourself. Now, when you came into the call today, you should be muted, but there's a microphone in the left corner of your toolbar that if you have to unmute yourself and ask a question, be sure to do that. You can unmute yourself. You can put anything in the chat box, because I'm going to be checking the chat throughout this while we're meeting together. And we are recording, so you'll have a recorded copy. We're going to go for 90 minutes, guys. 90 minutes. So my plan today is that I want to do a presentation, and I want to share with you as much as I can the secrets that have helped me to take over 1,000 listings during my first 10 years in real estate. I want to share as much as I can, and then I'm going to allow you guys to just ask whatever questions you have. Okay, so it's going to be like an ask me anything. So you guys can have fun with that. You know, remember to start writing your questions down, the kind of questions that you might want to ask me later on when we get to that point. So, and Karina says, thanks a million, Kathy. You bet. Thank you, Kathy. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen, and then I'm going to pop up. We're going to get this PowerPoint going. And if I need to, I'll come kind of back and forth from the PowerPoint. But this is success with listings. Okay, success. Let me close one other thing here. If you guys have something to tell me while we're doing this, all right, just go ahead and put it in the chat, and I'll get to it as well. So this is success with listings. I love to teach, train, coach, mentor. It's just what I love to do. You know, it's what God wired me for. And by the way, we're going to let the Holy Spirit show up today. It's no problem with me. You know, I was like, okay, this morning I'm thinking, okay, should I polish up my presentation? So I polished it. And then I said, you know what, but I'm just going to allow God to show up and shine, because I came with a special word for you, a special word for you. You know, if you've been struggling in the listing business, or even if you're doing great, this particular class that we have together is going to make you even do greater. And if you've been struggling, look, you can put that to rest. We're gonna crush that from this point on. So just a little bit about me. I've launched multiple 6 and 7 figure businesses. I'll talk a little bit about that today. Sold over 1,000 houses during my first 10 years in real estate. I retired at age 45. It's something that a lot of people don't know about me. And I'm now dedicated to mentoring agents for free. Okay. Now, what's this thing about you retired? I had a guy the other day, he said, man, I know you ain't retired. Boy, I see you doing all kinds of stuff. Well, when I was 45 years old, God blessed me with the ability to pay off my house. And I did. I took the opportunity. And at the time, I had been teaching, training, coaching. This was 5 years ago. So I paid off my house, and I said, you know what? I don't want to be a slave to the system anymore, because I got to tell you guys, and this is God's honest truth. A lot of people, a lot of my coaching clients, and I've coached thousands and tens of thousands of agents over the years. A lot of them are living in what I call organized slavery. Okay. And it's time for us to break free of that cycle. We do not have to be part of the systematic cycle that is still in play in the USA. We can break free from it, and we can live whatever life that we want to live. We can live at the level we want to live at. Okay. So what I do every day, I get up and I say, okay, where am I going to play today? God, where do you want me to play today? Okay. And that's the freedom. And I want each and every one of you to be debt free as well. We're going to talk about that a little bit today here as well. So here's my goal with this presentation, is to help 3 kinds of business owners, 3 kinds of real estate agents. And number 1, I call this the newbie Ned. Okay. So Ned is in his first few years of business and is not quite meeting his goals. Ned needs to get his feet under him and is confused about what to do to generate steady business. Now, notice this when you look at this. So when you look at newbie Ned, his big problem is what? Okay, that's his big problem. Now let's keep going. Coasting Crystal. This is another kind of client that I work with. Now, Coasting Crystal, she's been in business for some time, and she's gained a clientele and is coasting at a semi-steady business. Okay. Now, Crystal needs to maximize her impact and income to move from feast or famine mode, and is confused about how to do this. Okay. So newbie Ned, his problem is what, and Coasting Crystal, her problem is how. Knolly, how do I do it? How am I going to do it? How are we going to get to the next level? That's her issue. Now, then we've got Rockstar Rick. Okay. Now, Rick is on fire. He's making good money and is constantly looking for ways to grow his personal and his business life. Now, Rick desires to grow his business, and his biggest issue is knowing who to hire or partner with so that he can grow to his ultimate potential. So look at this, guys. In your business right now today, where do you identify? Okay. Are you newbie Ned? Are you Coasting Crystal? Or are you Rockstar Rick? And you can see here, when you look at these, every single level, like they say, new level, new devil, right? Every single level has a different issue to tackle. Okay. By the way, I hope you guys brought some notes with you, because Uncle Knolly, boy, when I start to when I start to get with it, we're going to be learning some things. We're going to be learning some things together. A lot of times I have to actually go back and listen to the material to see what I actually speechified about. But you're going to be at one of these levels. Okay, you're either a newbie Ned, a Coasting Crystal, or you're a Rockstar Rick. And I don't care where you are. Okay, we can do better. We can be better, and we can reach our ultimate greatness. We can reach beyond where we currently are. Now, if I'm guessing correctly, most of you are either the newbie Ned or the Coasting Crystal. I got to tell you, so many real estate agents just coast. Okay, and what coasting looks like, let me break this down for you. So newbie Ned doesn't know nothing. He's just trying to find if his head is on. Oh yeah, my head's still on. Now you remember now, if you're not a newbie Ned now, don't laugh too hard, because you remember when you were a newbie Ned, brand new in the business, trying to get your shine on, and trying to figure out, trying to get help, trying to figure out your way. Now, Coasting Crystal. Now obviously you're newbie Ned because you're new in the game. Okay, and I ask people all the time. I say, hey, are you new in the business? And I say, raise your hand if you're new in the business when I teach classes. And a lot of people raise their hand. And what I tell people that are new, if you're new listening to this, don't admit it. Okay, now you can tell Uncle Knolly, it's no problem. You can tell me, it's no problem. But don't go around advertising to people that you're new. Why? Because nobody cares. They just don't. Okay. When I first got in the real estate business and I got my business cards made, the very first business card that I got printed, it said my title. Okay. It didn't say mega agent, nothing like that. It didn't say real estate agent. It said listing specialist. Okay. I was just write that down for a minute. Listing specialist. Write that down. Now imagine that on your business card, listing specialist. Okay. I decided right out the gate that I was gonna go after listings. And by the way, I got to tell you, I'm hearing a whole lot of a lot of crap out there where people are talking about, or I hear other coaches. And they're saying, oh, well, you're new in the business. You need to join a team. You need to do this. You need to do that. Guess what? That might be true. And then again, it might not. See, I never joined a team. I went straight after listings. And now I'm hearing people say, oh, don't do listings right away. Start with open houses. Then you start working with buyers. Then you eventually you get to a listing. No, I started out the gate with listings. In fact, my first week in the business, I took listings. During my first 74 days in real estate, I took 21 listings. Okay. Now, why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because it's all about building your confidence, building your belief, because nobody told me I couldn't take listings. And so I didn't have that. I was unfettered. Okay. And a lot of times people will try to put shackles on you that do not belong. Now, it might be true that you need to join a team. It might be true that you need to start with open houses. It might be true that you need to start with buyers, but don't assume that that's the case, because I didn't do it that way. I started with listings out the gate. Okay, right out the gate. All right, so let me get back to sharing, because I'm getting you guys are getting me excited here. So now one last look at this. When you're looking at newbie Ned, obviously we can tell what newbie Ned's problem is he doesn't know what to do, right? Now, coasting Crystal, that's the majority of real estate agents. They're in feast or famine, okay? Feast or famine. Now, what does that mean? That means 1 week you're doing good, 1 month you're doing great, the next month you're doing terrible. And then the next month you're doing real good, couple months you're doing good, then you're doing bad for 2 months, okay? That's coasting Crystal. If that's you, you're coasting Crystal. Now, Rockstar Rick, okay, you could be a Rockstar Rick and you can be on fire. And guess what? Your building can implode because you may not have the right tools, systems, et cetera, in place. So we're going to fix these problems today. But for now, I just want you to identify where you are. Write that down.
Well, thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Success with Listings podcast. If you are serious about taking your real estate career to the highest heights, making more money and helping more clients while working less hours and spending more time with your family, be sure to get your copy of my free book, Triple My Listing, absolutely free at successwithlistings.com. Now, you want to be sure that you subscribe to the podcast and check out successwithlistings.com to get your copy of my free book. Hey, I'll see you on the next one.